Hello there and welcome to Mark Carr Hypnotherapy. Today we have Charlie with us. Hello, Charlie.
Hi there, Mark. How you doing?
Very well, thank you very well indeed. First off, thank you very much for doing this. I say this every time. I bore people with this every time, but it is possibly it is to me the most important thing going. What you're doing is fantastic. Your interview here is worth its weight in gold. One sentence from you could resonate with somebody and really help them. So thank you very much indeed.
No problem.
So Charlie here has a wonderful story for us. You're going to love this. And so I suppose why don't we just start off with what was going on with you?
Well, it's gone on most of my life, I would say. Um, but let's shorten it a little bit. So I got to the new year and was feeling very disconnected. Um, was unable to sleep. Was kind of functioning on 30 minutes, 45 minutes of sleep a night. Anxiety through the roof, just in total burnout and in total and utter just not wanting to be here anymore. Um, these issues are, as I said, long standing. Certain things gone on in childhood that I thought I had dealt with um, through therapy a long time ago. And I felt that once I'd kind of completed that therapy, because I was living my life in a very controlled manner, not drinking, not doing drugs anymore, making sure I ate right, I trained right, I lived right, and I helped everybody else, that I was okay. And I think I was quite naive and arrogant to think that I could stop working on my mind and everything be fine just by doing the very superficial things in life and not concentrating on the most important one, which is my brain. Yeah.
Okay, lovely, thank you. And what made you decide to search out hypnosis for healing, shall we say?
So I wanted to look for something alternative. I had heard from numerous people that they had done hypnotherapy for other things, not for what I came to you for, smoking, drinking, wanting more confidence or and they all spoke very highly of it. And I felt like I didn't want to go down the so-called conventional therapy route again, where I'd have to go through my whole story from
Mm,
start to finish, and then just be pigeonholed again to say, this is what's wrong with you, this is what you need to be done. I didn't want the whole poor me sort of narrative because that's just not how I live my life. I knew there was a problem, but I just felt like it was the right thing to do. I don't know. It was more of a sixth sense that brought me to you than anything very calculated. I would say. I just felt I had done the whole conventional therapy side of things for 10 years,
mhm.
and it helped in many ways, but it didn't solve everything as or I wouldn't have come to you at the start of the year.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I just thought, well, what's the point of going over the same thing again and just getting the same result, or someone telling me something else is wrong with me, or, I wanted to go deeper,
Mhm.
sort of thing.
Yes, you did, didn't you? Because I
Yeah,
remember walking through your door for the first time and literally getting interrogated. Right, what's going to be happening? When are we doing it? How are we going to do it? This, that, and the other.
yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah,
going to
total control.
slow down,
Yeah,
brother. Slow
yeah,
down. So,
absolutely.
so, well, you've found me, and do you remember how you found me? What did you
Do you
search
know
on?
what? I typed hypnotherapy near me on Google,
Nice. System works.
and I found, yeah, I found two or three. And I spoke to all three of you, and you were the last one I spoke to. And I had already arranged with hypnotherapist number two to have a kind of Zoom meeting initially. And was like, yeah, he sounds good. And then I spoke to you and immediately just kind of clicked and resonated and just even before we had our initial one-to-one meeting,
Yeah.
I knew I was going to do it with you, sort
Yeah.
of thing.
I've,
There was just yeah, I felt like I could immediately trust you
nice. And
with my story.
that's a really important fact. I feel like a competitor on blind date. I'm number three.
Yeah,
Um,
you were number three.
yeah, number three. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, we're
yeah,
going on
yeah,
a date.
yeah. But
Um,
it truly was like that.
yeah,
We all do it. You
yeah.
go shopping and you choose the one that you feel is best for you, don't you?
And do you know something? You mentioned the word trust, and that's what brought you here. And it's funny
Absolutely.
because I'm at the moment I'm writing a speech because
Right.
I'm going to Las Vegas in July, and I'm speaking, and my I'll be speaking about working with the military and the emergency services. And the biggest thing, the title is actually called "Trust is the Induction."
Oh, okay.
You know, so it's
And
quite
it
apt that
is.
you,
It
yeah,
so is. Yeah, massively. You know, like to trust someone with your story
yeah,
and your real that part that you hide from the world because you don't want everyone to see. You don't want everyone to know what you've been through. And so to trust a stranger with that is huge.
it's massive.
It's massive, and it is for me. Like I don't the people in my life that I should trust, I was never able to as a child. So trust is a big thing for me, you know. And yeah, it felt very natural and very. I was able to open up, as you well know. You
Yeah.
know, I opened up to you without you even asking me to open up. With
Interesting
the,
comment there.
you know,
Interesting comment there without even having to ask you.
yeah.
And we'll touch on that in a second.
Mm.
Um, so I've come round and we've sat down, session one. And what was your expectations and tell us about your experience with the hypnosis.
So yeah, I remember when we first sat down, he said, "Right, I'm going to video you. We're going to do the video, and that's to keep you safe and myself safe within the meeting." And you were sitting there watching as well. And it was the thing that struck me more than anything was that initial silence, and I was so uncomfortable in that silence, um, just because it's so noisy in here all the time. And to get comfortable in that, like I almost felt challenged by the silence and by you to be able to just sit in that. And you didn't say anything, you didn't do anything to challenge me at
Mhm.
all. But I could feel myself almost getting pent up from that that almost scrutiny on me. Do you know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
But it's not scrutiny. It's just someone sitting there kind of analyzing more than
Mhm.
anything.
And with
Um,
one question, that was all. What's the problem?
yeah, yeah. What's the problem? You know, I think I think my expectations, hence why I asked you 100 questions while I was making you a cup of tea, was we would talk freely and then you would so-called put me under.
Mhm.
But that's not how it is. You get these misconceptions because of what goes on TV and advertising and this and that, the crap, you know.
Absolutely.
Um, so when things, especially with me being a control freak, when things don't go as I expect them to go, it makes me feel very uncomfortable,
But the
you
thing
know.
is,
Uh,
the funny thing is that what you mentioned there, that the preconceived ideas is actually one of the methods that can be used. But what we've done with you is turned it on its head, and rather than me bringing a whole lot of healing to you, you basically brought out your own healing. It's, you know,
yeah,
hence only the one question, what's the problem? And from there on, you
yeah.
started. finding and installing these new things that were going to help
Mm.
you. So how did you actually find the hypnosis itself then? What was that like for you?
I thought it was incredible. Do you remember when, because I had my eyes open for a long time
Yep.
and I was searching and I felt very uncomfortable with my eyes open. And I came back round and I think I said it to you and said, I feel really uncomfortable here with that watching me, this watching me. So we attacked that feeling and you said, hold on to that. And I closed my eyes. And honestly, I thought I'd been sat there for about 10 minutes with my eyes closed.
Mhm.
And I think it had been about an hour.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And
Yeah.
when I came round, I was in complete control.
Yeah.
I knew I could open my eyes at any time,
Mm.
but I didn't choose to until I did. You and there was I could feel you sort of guiding me. And you would say the odd word or two here and there
Yeah.
to guide me where I needed to go. And when I did eventually open my eyes, I've n- I've never in my life felt a calmness like I felt. Never.
Yeah.
Without being drug induced. Yeah.
Funny,
And
isn't it?
even then, that you think it's a calmness when you're drug induced. It's not. It's
Mm.
completely mental. But you think you're in a place that's good, and you're not.
Mm.
You're not. This was the purest sense of calm that I've ever felt, and yeah, and that lasted.
Mhm.
Even when you walked out the door and you said, "Go and have a lay down for 20 minutes and try to find that place again."
Yeah.
I came
Yeah.
upstairs, I laid, I closed my eyes, and I got back to that place.
Mhm.
And for the rest of the day, I was flying. It was beautiful. It really was. So I thank you for that because I've never felt that calm in my whole life.
Quite deafening, isn't it?
Ah,
The silence in the mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. To be comfortable in it is not something that I've ever been able to do.
Okay.
You know.
So, well, I suppose we've really touched on it there, haven't you? So, how are you now? How are you feeling? What's it like being Charlie now?
Um, Most definitely, I just feel so much more grounded and connected. Um, And even when things arise that would normally send me into an absolute spin, send my anxiety levels through the roof, me end up having the dark thoughts that people sometimes have. Um, I seem to be able to bring it back round. I can center myself and just say, right, where's that feeling? And just the practices, the tools that you've given me to be able to just find where that feeling is and well, am I in imminent danger? No, you're not.
Mhm.
So let's release that and let's.
Move on.
And yeah, being me right now is a very different person to the person on January the 4th that had his family round on watch because they were scared I was going to do something to myself. That couldn't sleep, that couldn't function, couldn't eat. I lost a stone and a half in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I was in trouble.
Well, here's the thing. First off, congratulations with what has happened.
Thank
But
you.
more importantly, it's congratulations to you because you're the one that's made it happen.
With your guidance,
Yeah, we've had this chat before, haven't
we
we? And
have,
I,
and
and
I'm
I
not
take a
allowing
little
you
bit
to
of
get
credit.
away with that. I'm not
Okay,
allowing you
I'll
to
take a
get
little bit of
away with
credit,
it.
but at the end of the day,
Right.
you've always had the resources there. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the thing. Whatever you're going through, remember you were not born that way. Therefore, there are resources which are locked away within you, and it's just a matter of allowing your subconscious mind to access that room full of resources and pick the right resource for this particular time in your life. It's it's difficult to, I know it's a difficult concept to take on board for a lot of people because what they've seen on telly is somebody going and sleep and they go and when you open your eyes you're going to feel like amazing, everything's going to be fantastic,
Mm.
which is great. Yes, there are aspects of that that can work and do work, but to be able to actually find the perfect resource because it's a part of your DNA, it's part of you, it doesn't get any better than that. So fantastic. Great job. Well done.
Mm.
Well done indeed. So, um, any last, but say any last words? Anything you'd like to add before? Because I can't, unless you have anything to add, I can't think of anything else that this wonderful chat can
Well,
glean.
there was, yeah, you know, the one thing I would add is just if anyone out there that listens to this that is struggling and is scared to tell their story, just just go and do it, and just have the courage to explore this, because it's so different to anything I've ever done. And I've had two sessions with you, and honestly, I think I've gained more from these two sessions than I did from 10 years. I honestly think that. I believe that.
Yeah,
You have something switched. Something has most definitely switched, and I feel like I can now go and achieve the things that I've always dreamed of achieving.
yeah, yeah,
It's given me the confidence to to believe in myself. You know, I am now sleeping. I don't have the anxiety that I had. Um, I just, yeah, just have the courage and pick up the phone. Just do it.
yeah. What have you got to lose, eh?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Well, Charlie,
Yeah,
thank you so much for that. A wonderful story. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Charlie. As I said, wonderful story. Um, and
thank
the great thing is that I do something called conversational hypnosis, which means that it's basically one question, what's the problem? And from there, you
you. Mm,
solve it. You solve it yourself. Every now and again, you talked about whilst he was under, as far as he was kind of, he was under, and every now and again, he might hear the odd word. I'm actually talking to the subconscious mind, and I'm using just a couple of words just to say, yeah, keep doing that. Just that's really good, doing really well. And it's not that not that not that deep really. It's just a case of just telling the
no,
subconscious mind, look, you've got those
it's so
resources.
wonderfully simple.
Yeah,
Like I reiterated the other day, it's it's the simplicity of it in solving the hardest of issues is mind blowing.
yeah,
It's absolutely mind blowing. Yeah.
yeah,
And until you do it, I don't think you could ever truly grasp the power of it. I really don't think you could. So you've just got to give it a go.
there you have it, ladies and gents, from the man himself. So
Yeah.
Charlie, thank you again for this.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
No, my absolute pleasure.
yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on too, buddy. So, ladies and gentlemen, as
Okay.
you know, my name is Mark Carter of Mark Carter Hypnotherapy, and you can find me on YouTube, Google. My website is www.markcarterhypnotherapy.com. Um, where else am I? Basically, any social media, Facebook, Google, website, Instagram, YouTube, I'm there somewhere. Find me. And ladies and gents, even if you don't use me, the fact that you pick up that phone and you ask for help, you smash half the problem just in doing that. That's actually the hardest part. So I wish you all from Mark Card Hypnotherapy the very best mental, emotional, and physical health. Good night.